donation. Hold on.
Money makes life happy.
Although my engine video blew up, apparently the part where I say engines were created by us, the player base was worded so badly by saying blaming that now people view me like this.
Thank you very much, Dark Emperor. I appreciate that a lot, that donation, and I'll check that out in 1 second. But like right now, chat. So my old house, I never could actually open the windows, chat, like because I didn't have screens and I never got screens installed. But like this house has screens, so I have my window open and like there's air blowing in. It feels so nice. So, anyways, let's see. Dark Emperor is part of the 1% now. I think Dark Emperor has the chance, and I'm not saying he was not a real Yu-Gi tuber before, but I think he has the chance to become a popular or a notable Yu-Gi tuber. Like, you guys know Aaron from Top Tier Gaming, right? How he is kind of like on a little bit of a roll. He has these like super rogue regional decks that he uploads. MBT used his Rika deck for 10-minute testing, and honestly, if he did one for Dynamis, he might use one. He'd probably use that list too. I think like Dark Emperor has the chance to do like what Aaron's doing right now, where it's like if you go on a little bit of a roll, you could hit like 10K, and if you hit 10K, you can definitely hit 20K. And once you hit 20K, it's like, okay, you're pretty notable. All right, let's see what your audience is saying. Also, just don't become jaded to your audience, Dark Emperor, but also like these are just random bozos. The our fault argument makes no sense. If Konami can't foresee these situations to some extent, then they are really bad at making their own game. Of course, there will always be one or another weird combo that you can't imagine, but that would still be their blunder. Yeah, I just don't agree with this, chat. Like, how can in a game chat where you, how many Yu-Gi-Oh cards would you guys say are released every year, chat? New cards. Like 700 maybe, chat? Would you guys say? Let's just do some math right quick. Hold on. We can boil this down. 1,000. I don't know if it's that high. So I think we have now we probably have close to like 11,000 cards, right? Like in the entire it's way more than 100. Dude, we get 100 in a core booster set, and we get 4 of those a year. Yu-Gi-Oh! We have about 11,000 cards. Yu-Gi-Oh's 20 years old, give or take. We'll just use the TCG. I think there's roughly about 11,000 cards, chat. I think when there was that wall in Japan, I think it was over 9,000 at that point, but that was a few years ago. So we'll go with 11,000, and the TCG at least it's 20 years old this year. Okay, fair enough. So this on average gives us about 550 new cards a year. You guys telling me you have to, hold on, we'll divide that by 12. This is how many new cards they have to make each month. 50 cards a month, chat. So let's just say they have to make 50. You're telling me that's a new card every day, by the way. You're telling me you're going to be able to R&D test every single one of them, chat? Like, there's just no way. Like, I'm trying to think of like a really random card that there was no way to see that it would become broken, and then it just did. Honestly, I'll give you guys a good example. And I know what some people might say, but it just wasn't a thing. I'll give you guys an example. Rescue Cat. Rescue Cat's a prime example of a card, chat, that like, so Rescue Cat came out in Flaming Eternity, which is, I believe, a GX set. There's just no way to, I mean, I guess you could say, well, they should have known that Rescue Cat summons what, Beast? Nah, I mean, come on. There's no way to know that Rescue Cat's gonna just be like that insane. And someone to say like, oh, Cap, they should have made it a hard once per turn. There were no hard once per turns. Like, that shit didn't exist until like 2014. Like, that wasn't a thing in Yu-Gi-Oh! What was the question? The question is, are there certain cards that Konami just cannot realistically see are going to become broken? You know what I mean? I can understand when you look at a card like Change of Heart and being like, yeah, that card's insane from jump. But a card like Rescue Cat, like Double Airbellum too strong. Like, Rescue Cat's a prime example. Like, who the hell played Beast, chat, when Rescue Cat came out? Beasts were terrible. You know what I mean? It was like one of the shittiest types in the game. Rescue Cat can only summon, what, level 3 or lower. The cards get destroyed during the end phase. So until Synchro was even a thing, you couldn't even do anything with the monsters. It's just like, what do you tribute summon? But you already used your normal on Rescue Cat. But, you know, Synchro Summon comes out and Rescue Cat becomes a god card, you know? Level Eater, as Shizu cards. Smoke Grenade, Ancient. I mean, Smoke Grenade is probably a good one, chat. Because you do have to destroy the card. And, like, how are you destroying your own equips other than Gearfried? You playing Smoke Grenade for one card, just Gearfried combo, which someone actually did. And I made a video on that. Tour Guide? Nah, Tour Guide's broken. What do you mean? What do you mean, Tour Guide? Bro, Tour Guide came out in Extreme Victory, and the very next set, Xyz Monsters came out. And Tour Guide was a one-card Xyz, which was broken. So, no, Tour Guide was broken, like, the second it came out. The only reason Tour Guide wasn't, like, a $200 card, chat, immediately is because when Xyz Extreme Victory came out, there were no Xyz Monsters. But the second Xyz Monsters came out, and people were like, wait, what? This is a one-card Leviair the Sea Dragon? Or a one-card Leviathan? Like, this card's insane. Do you think they knew Pankratops was busted? That's kind of hard. But busted is like... No, I don't... Man, Pank is like... It's like right on that border of, is this card broken? Because, like, you can't summon the card going first, ever, because your opponent won't have a monster. Once you get Pank on field, he's insane. So, like, I would say probably not. Better than it's... Oh, yeah. Yeah, you could argue that Pank should have been... I'm trying to think of what the Dino Wrestler card, like, what their rarities were. Did he come out in Soul Fusion, chat? Because I think that's when Dino Wrestlers came out. If he wasn't part of an anime archetype, I think he would have been like an ultra rare. Yeah, I know he was a common, but the point that I'm making is, so the reason that I think Pank was a common, Big Pimpin', is because they used the hollow Dino Wrestler cards on like the shitty fusions, just because that's how anime like cards roll, right? Whether the extra deck cards are good or not, we're just gonna make the extra deck cards hollow because that's just what we do. You know what I mean? Versus like, yeah, that card probably should have been, if you did, just based on its like actual playability, like the card should have been like a secret rare, honestly. You know? Or it could have just been like an ultra. Pepe was a perfect example of bad R&D. I don't know. I just don't think, what's it called? Let's check out the other comments. I don't think Konami can like realistically, what's it called? R&D test all these things, chat. You know, actually, I'll give you guys another example. I don't know if this is like a perfect... The example I want to use is Brilliant Fusion. And then I think, like, should Konami have known that Seraphronite existing was going to be a problem, chat? Because I would say if, like, they didn't take Seraphronite into consideration, like, that's a prime example of... Bro, like, that was supposed to be a Gem Knight card. That card was not supposed to be a in every deck in the game card. You know what I mean? They made it only summon Gem Knights. The monster doesn't have attack. You can get attack, but it requires a discard. Like, it was supposed to be a Gem Knight card. But Seraphronite specifically made it a double summon. And a card that also, you know, gave you, like, Link fodder and stuff. Anime cards are a different category. Future Fusion? Nah, Future Fusion was just crazy. If you're talking about old Future Fusion, the one that let you, like, dump 10 monsters, like, old Future Fusion was insane. I heard your reason, and now I'm going to voice my problems with your reasoning. That's a Yu-Gi-Oh card, by the way. I don't even know why you bring up who you specifically blame for the birth of an engine, as it really doesn't support your narrative at all. All it does is look like, to me, It seems like gaslighting. I don't know what this word means. All it seems like is gaslighting people. I don't know what this means. Into changing their way of deck building so that your ideal of what Yu-Gi-Oh should be becomes a reality. Lack of diversity according to you. Okay, fair enough. Oh, you know what? Are these recent comments, Dark Emperor? These are comments that probably weren't there a while ago, but like since your video's blowing up, you're getting these comments now. Okay, hold on. Is this the same one? The same comment twice? Oh, here we go. Don't blame the player. Nothing is the player's fault as long as he is not cheating. Ignisters, for example, have a bunch of restrictions that prevent you from using non-Cyberse cards. If Konami wanted to, they clearly could have done every archetype like that. They just choose not to. Okay, I guess. What does gaslighting mean in this context? Are we reading Dragoon No, these aren't these aren't from my video. They're from Dark Emperor's video. I don't really understand what this person's point is. Are they basically saying that like the Yu-Gi-Oh community is not responsible for any problems in this game? Like, I just disagree. It sounds like they're just saying like we don't make the card, so anything we create is not our fault. Like, no, I think that's just kind of silly, but whatever. Did we not give Gecko his birthday mod? Farazo, we haven't done birthday mod in like 3 years. Why are you even what? Gecko wants we have not done birthday mod in like how long, Twitch chat? You know what I mean? Like I can do it if he wants it, but we haven't done that in a long time. I will bet $10 that that commenter is under 18. Oh, here's some advice, Dark Emperor. Even if your commenters are annoying, and even if they tell you you're wrong, as long as they don't personally insult you, don't disable comments. Don't get into like super long-winded arguments with them. Because I even made a little bit of the mistake with my Dragoon video, where it's like, bro, chat, the amount of people telling me like, oh my god, KFG, someone told me this, chat. Someone was like, oh, KFG, you're wrong. Dragoon was not a flop because it made Cyber Dragons tier 2 and they did really well. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking? What? Like, what are you even talking about? Like, that's the barometer for success. Like, fucking who played Cyber Dragons? Show me the person when Dragoon came out, like, who was playing Cyber Dragons? Like, what are you talking about? And like, that's the like, bro, we're not talking about your locals, your little 15-person locals. We're talking about like the actual meta. Yes, Yassine, true. One argument that I didn't bring up, chat, that I should have, because some people were like, oh, well, it's not Dragoon's fault. It just got power crept by DPE, which first off, I don't even agree with that. DPE is not a stronger card than Dragoon. It's a better card, but it's not a stronger card than Dragoon. But if like Dragoon really was hot shit, chat, you guys remember that YCS, that pack one with Prank Kids? How come Dragoon didn't win that event? Like, how come some random Dragoon deck didn't like win or top 4 or get second or something? Cause like it wasn't that good. You know what I mean? Like, there you go. MBT is better, or DPE is better. MBT said so. True that, chat. True that. So yeah. The Celtics coached after White Girl. Interesting. You could give the community some sticks and a piece of string, and someone will find out how to make 10 negates out of it. Oh yeah, I was gonna say don't make a commenters don't make a video insulting your commenters. No matter how silly or dumb they might be, Dark Emperor, because you have to understand that's still your audience at the end of the day. And like, I've said this before, chat, you can never, ever, ever, ever win a war against your, this seems kind of cool. You can never win a war against your own audience, chat. Because at the end of the day, like, what do you win? Like, you humiliate your own audience. Like, that doesn't make them feel good. That makes them feel terrible. You know what I mean?